Welcome to Face to Face, and today we're gonna speak about writing. We're gonna talk about poetry, and I'm with John, who just came out with a new book, Freeboat, and a collection of love and poems. So the first question, John, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, David.
You wrote like 7 books and a lot of other stories.
Yeah, this is my first book of poetry. I think it's my 6th book.
I count 7, but maybe you have.
And I'll take the extra.
Okay, the extra one. Okay.
Yeah. So this one, it started. I guess I started working on it about 8 years ago.
Okay.
I had taken apart the known works of Shakespeare and put them back together as a new tragedy. So line by line, it was all Shakespeare. And
oh, I see.
So Hamlet went to war for Juliet, a kind of bloody and unnecessary war, captured her, returned to find that his mother had murdered his father and married Macbeth, which puts us early in the 2nd act.
Exactly.
So I started working with the meter around that.
Okay.
And then, as a result, I have all these sonnets.
Okay, so we're going to go to sonnet, but it's a story about lies, and then so the story does lies part of human nature, or what? Do you have like some kind of view of the function of the poet and lies?
Well, when I think about the title, you know, when you see sometimes by the side of a road, there's a boat, you know, a free boat that you can take home. It's just painted on it. It says it's free. And that, of course, will be the last
things you want to do.
The last boat ride you go on.
Exactly.
But there's something very appealing about those boats, you know, and it's sort of like the process of your life. You know, you choose this vessel and you sail away in it. You know, so that's the idea here.
Okay.
That when you think about love and love poems, you know, you can't really talk about love without talking about the self-deceptions that you engage in and that, you know, that you expect from your lover.
Yeah.
And there's all this trade-off. So that's why the subtitle, which is Collected Lies.
Yeah, Collected Lies and Loves and Poems. One more time for the cover.
I thought I would read with a sonnet.
Yeah.
That was our dramatic lighting shift. So I thought I would read with a sonnet from later in the collection, 78. It's a Valentine from last year, I think. Oh, there we go. 78. It's a Valentine from last year. Mama, are there other wooden children? Mama, am I your only wooden child? The others, Mama, are they more alive? Do the meat children offer you their hearts? Mama, you know I have no heart to give, but I have given you axes and chainsaws, and I've said you could cut off my limbs. You could take me down to timbers, Mama. Chop me down, Mama, and I'll give you my stars. Why, Mama, why? Do I still have my sky? Oh, Mama, cut me down, or I'll grow wild. Mama, cut me down, if you won't come again. I have no love. I have no love for the wren.
Thank you.
So that one's from kind of late in the collection.
And then, what type of other? I know a couple of email in this book, so it's like a mix of. So
the project is shaped like an email to my agent, and it takes on some sort of other. There are photos and all kinds of other esoterica within the text. Partly because I wanted to aerate it a little bit. You know, 50 sonnets is a lot of sonnets, so I wanted to bring readers through an experience that was more like reading a novella or a short novel.
And you think it's a new type of poetry in some ways, or?
You know, the sonnets are I think in a lot of ways the sonnets are just a very good contemporary form. They fit well with phones. You know, they match our attention span. The sonnet in the 21st century is an evolution of simplicity. And I do think of these sonnets as being a part of that.
Very, very good format. And what type of other writing you do? You do other...
Well, my first 3 books are novels, and then I started doing some oddball projects. Tales of Woe was true stories that just get worse, with 50 pages of full color illustrations printed on black paper.
Okay.
There is a Shakespeare project. And I don't know what I'll be finishing next.
Okay. You want to read another?
Should I do one more? I'll do the one
yeah.
from the last. This is the last sonnet of the sequence.
Okay.
I knew we'd be seeing each other again. It looks like everyone else is here too. All of us, once angels, who finally finished falling. We were so crazy about here and there, when the little difference was always, or the other eternity, never. Just listen to all of this childless laughter. Now we are gone, and here we can stay, you and I, who are you and I no more, who tore apart our daughters for the bears, who offered our sons to God. LOL. Who are, we know, we've forgotten who are now outside of ourselves, without when.
Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you.
And so, what do you do beside? I know you teach.
Yep, I'm over
school.
at the new school, working with the MFA in creative writing there, and I also advise for the New York Arts Program, which is here in the city. And
so, you said the new school is great. I mean, what do you like?
I really adore the new school.
Yeah.
It has a very forward-thinking vision of what writing is, and very accepting of different kinds of voices and people who want to tell a particular story. It's very ecumenical in that way.
Yeah. And then you are there for a long time, or maybe how is the?
Yeah, I think I've been teaching there since 2003.
Yeah. Oh wow! So you are an institution there.
I have some terrific students there, and it's wonderful to watch them evolve and publish projects.
And then when they go, I mean, you keep in contact with them, or how? I
do. I keep in contact with a lot of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are a good teacher, a good professor to be in contact with. And do you do any other type of creative work, or?
Well, I have a couple of film projects which are at various stages of completion.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm not terribly quick on those fronts, but I do have a project I'm maybe a year away from finishing, and maybe that I'm a year and a half away from finishing.
You don't want to tell more about it, or?
Well, the one I'm closer to is a version of Hippolytus. Phaedra and Hippolytus, and it's set in New York in 1979 and 1982.
And so it will be like a documentary, or it will be a...
It's shot like a documentary, but
it's a fiction.
It's narrative.
It's narrative. And then it's going to be like on the theater, or how?
I think so. I think that the first thing that we're going to do is a live score.
Okay.
So we'd like to do screenings with a musician there to render the score for real. And we're thinking...
You like challenges, no?
Yeah, it would be fun, right? Yeah. Well, we're thinking we would do it maybe 3 times and pick the best of.
Oh, I see.
That's the idea.
Okay. Thank you so much. So how can we find the book?
Well, it should be out and about. It's easy to order, of course. You could order from any bookseller, or it's in a few bookstores. It is poetry, but it's out and about. And if people read it, I'd love to hear from them.
Okay, and they can contact you, or you can.
Sure, I'm easy to find.
Okay, you are easy to find. Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you. And then that was the show for today. Please keep following us in Facebook and in YouTube, and if you want to volunteer, you can email us at nycpresenza@gmail.com, and we are presenza.com. Thank you, and see you soon.